So today is a very, very exciting soap. Like, I am over the moon, just ecstatic to, be making this with you guys. Again, we're just talking about making it right now. I've already made the thing, but this was a soap that I've been wanting to make for several years and never found a reason to do it. And then that reason sort of like fell into my life in this really beautiful, awesome way at a time when I really beautifully, awesomely needed it. And that was really beautifully awesome. I will tell you what soap we are making, why it's all really beautifully awesome, and all the things in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 235 of 365 days of soap, and today we are doing There and Back Again, A Hobbit's Tale, Bag End, in 3 parts. Really, this particular pour does take 3 parts, 3 different days of pouring and making and messing with. And you know what? If Peter Jackson could take a very small book and stretch it out into 3 movies, I can do the same for a soap. It's fine. It's beautiful. I love that. Now, the reason why I'm doing Bag End in soap form is because over the holiday season, we've talked about this before on the lives, but I was really burned out on consuming YouTube content. It seemed like everything that I consumed was just constantly negative, and I was just so super tired of it. And I needed a break. And so I went to the Twitch world to see if they had something else. Because while I'm very rarely actually at a computer watching things, I always need something to listen to during the 18-hour days of work. And so I need something that's pretty long, right? And so usually podcasts, books, long form, YouTube for sure. But Twitch, they usually do long form. That's kind of the point of Twitch. And when I went to Twitch, I was recommended, I guess, probably based on my interests and the fact that I named my child after a Lord of the Rings character, a channel called Chillbo Beggins, who on that day was actually playing Animal Crossing. Probably another reason why she was recommended. And I clicked on it. And, found everything. It's such an amazing channel. This is such an amazing creator. And the people in the community are so wholesome and just delightful. And they really did help me kind of heal and reset my brain during a time when, again, I was doing nothing but consuming negativity, and I was actively trying to not do that anymore. And I found this beautiful community that is just everything. And this particular creator, as you can tell based on their name, Chillbo Baggins, super into Lord of the Rings. Hey, me too. I love that. I love that. Me too. So as I was watching and sort of getting to know the community and all of the jazz and watching Chillbo play video games and whatever, it kind of dawned on me that this soap that I've been wanting to make for a very long time, the Shire soap, I could do. I had a reason. And so I did that. And actually the day that I was pouring it was her birthday. And I think Chillbo still actually has this up on their channel. The community banded together and got Samwise Gamgee, so Sean Astin, to give her a birthday message. And usually these messages are like a minute long, right? This was like 5, 6 minutes long. He was reading passages from The Hobbit to her, and it was freaking awesome. And it was cool. And so I was actually pouring this soap while that was happening. And so it was like such a magical experience for me, for sure. I'm crying just thinking about it. Anyway, Jesus Christ, it ends up being a very long pour. So we should get to the pour and we can talk more about all that stuff, there. Sudsers and Sudsers, I present to you the making of Bag End. There and back again. A Hobbit's Tale. In 3 parts. It's where Bilbo Baggins lives. Now, for the first part of all of this, we are making the door, his iconic door, and so we will be using Snake Island plus Lala to give it a little bit more bright, whatever. And we will be pouring this into a column mold. It will then saponify overnight. I will take it out of the column mold. We're going to shove it into another soap. It's going to be a good time. We're also doing piping and carving. There's a lot going on in this one. The scent for this guy is birthday cake and pipe tobacco. So it's vanilla and pipe tobacco, really. And the reason why is because, hobbits like birthdays and celebrations and giving things to other people on their birthdays and celebrations, and it's amazing. And also, just the scene with the pipe tobacco and all of the things. It's the comforts of home, really. And yeah, I'm actually so super stoked to be making this soap because when I was, several years ago, I was designing my line for the website. And I really, really wanted to do this soap. I think it was during one of the landscape challenges for Amy Warden Soap Challenge. And I couldn't really make it make sense in my line. And also, like, trying to design other Lord of the Rings soaps, it got to be very daunting. And so I didn't. And then, as I said, when I went and visited the Twitch things and found this amazing community and the streamer by the name of Chillbo Baggins, I now had a reason. I'm like, I love this. And so I set to work making it. And actually the day that I made it was the day of her birthday stream. And when I say that Chillbo Baggins has an amazing community over on Twitch, I freaking mean it. And here's one of the ways that you might understand, because if you're not actually on Twitch, and the other things that I say might be very confusing, like all of the hype and all of the hype trains and all of the gifts thing. Anyway, so on her birthday, some of her community all got together and paid for Sean Astin to do like a cameo, right? A birthday cameo. And normally those things are like a minute long, right? So Sean Astin did a birthday cameo for Cheebs as, Samwise, and also as himself too. But anyway, it was epic. He was actually reading passages from the books and talking about Chillbo and all of it was amazing. I'm pretty sure, if memory serves, her community also had him read her favorite passage from the books. And I was actually making this soap when I heard this come on her stream, and I'm like, wait, what now? And I had to stop and go back and watch, and it was several minutes long. Cheebs was crying, I was sobbing. I'm sure all of the hundreds of people in chat were also sobbing. It was so freaking emotional, so freaking cool. She has a very cool community, and that's why I've been loving the Twitch thing so much, is because there's just such wonderful, sweet, humans over there. Okay, now next day, the soap has been taken out of the mold, the round bit. There it is. Yes, yes. Remember the thing I put in the middle? That was made out of a cold process, out of soap dough, and ran through an extruder. And what the actual shit is this? Okay? What is this? Look, it's fine there. It's freaking fine there. It's in the middle of the door where it's supposed to go, like the doorknob. Cool. Love all of this for me. Luckily, I only need like 1 or 2 good soaps out of this entire thing to send to Chillbo. So that's good. That's awesome. As long as it's there in the first soap, I suppose it'll be fine. Now, for the second bit, I'm going to kind of do some, yellow and greens to be like the path leading up to Bag End, and like yellows and browns, I think. Why do I have blue out there? Okay, I obviously have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, wait, so I'm also piping the top with a swirl of purple, yellow, and white flowers. Yes, that's right. I'm piping soap tops. I never pipe soap tops. Really high soaps with the soap tops and the piping and everything, I don't do. That's just an extra step. So this particular step right here is laying down the foundation. Again, like yellow to be the path leading up to the door, and brown around it for the hobbit hole to kind of give it the impression of, being in a mountain, the side of a hill. Yeah, you get it. I mean, I assume that you do get it, but I don't know. I never can tell how, I don't know, universal Lord of the Rings actually is. I assume very, but also I'm the person who named their child after a Lord of the Rings character, and not the one that everybody expects. It is not Arwen. My sudzers know what it is. So, oh, and also long live the Rohirrim, just in case you don't know who it is. So yeah, I don't actually ever know, and so, explaining the whole image is, I guess, necessary. Now, for the piped soap on the side, I am just weighing out a little bit of soap to be set aside. And while I am pouring the path and, the brown around it and putting in the hobbit door, that stuff's just going to set up in its containers there. And while it sets, it will get thicker, and it will make it the perfect consistency for piping, is the thought process. I am now remembering in all of this, though, that it took a very long time for this batter to fully set up in those beakers. It was wild. And I think it was something like, 45 minutes before it finally fully set up. So that was kind of a pain. And also, yeah, bouncy camera, whatever. I filmed this a while ago, guys. Anyway, so back to the Chillbo Baggins community and why it's so awesome and all of the things. It just is. Chillbo has created such a cool environment, and in all honesty, they play games that I don't even know or care about, and I don't care. I have this on in the background while I am making soap. I mean, it's literally actually on in the background right now while I'm doing this voiceover, and it's just a delightful thing to work to. It's a delightful stream to actually get stuff done to. And I'm sure you guys can relate, because a lot of you have said the same thing about my videos. You guys like putting it on in the background to just, zone out and get shit done. And that's really what I use the Chillbo Baggins stream for too. Except for when she's doing, things that I like to engage with, like words with friends and, stuff like that. And then, unfortunately, there's no work being done while she's streaming. It's just me actually at the computer going, oh yeah, let's guess words. And me and my English degrees, I don't know words. Apparently I'm terrible with words with friends or words on Twitch or whatever in the hell it's called. Anyway, so this was a really nice thing to find. This community was such a beautiful thing to find while I was kind of trying to get away from consuming YouTube all of the times and all of the negativity that is associated with the channels that I follow on YouTube, really. And I was experiencing all of the burnout of the holidays and all of the jazz, and really just wanted to try to heal in some way, and went to the Twitch thing and found Chillbo, and also found Chillbo's partner, Mansu. And he also games, but his soap is for tomorrow, and he games in really big geeky ways. So any of you that are Dungeons and Dragons fans, definitely come back tomorrow for that soap, because that's going to be a fun one as well. But I really found such fulfillment in just being, because it's not just, if you think about Twitch, you think about it being like, okay, so people are just playing video games and it's a lot of chaos and it's whatever. And that is a side of Twitch for sure. You can get that if that's what you're interested in. But for those of us who like more kind of relaxed, chill vibes, you can totally find that too. And the majority of streamers, because one of the big requirements for Twitch is you need to be streaming often and for long hours, right? Well, it's not one of the requirements, but in order to, stay with your partner status and do whatever, then you need to. And also that's just part of the entire culture there is long streams. People pop in and out, say hi to each other. How's it going? You find new friends in chat. It's all great. And I loved that because I'm always needing something to listen to all of the time. But then as I was listening to this, I thought, well, why can't we do this for soap? There's no good reason why I can't just do that and have just my day, live and being recorded and making soap and labeling things and whatever while I talk with you guys. And while you're doing the same thing, I thought that would be really fun. And so that's why we ended up completely changing out our entire, video system, our camera equipment and our lights and our audio and all of these like overhead setups that we have mounted now so we can switch between, my face and the making of the soap on the counter and all the things, which ultimately ended up bringing a whole lot of stress to me because I don't do well with change when it comes to stuff like this anyway, because I'm not good at it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not good at tech. And so when we start messing with something that I've reasonably been able to make work for the past, almost 2 years, freaks me out and I get big stressed. And it was just like the last couple lives that we did and the camera or the OBS was just dropping frames and freezing up, and it's just huge stress from that. Like so it's scary, but I think ultimately once we get everything dialed in, this will be a really cool place for us to all just hang out and just be a cool community together and maybe see less of the negative crap that we see on the YouTubes. So that will be cool. So, yeah, there's all this, and I actually don't think I filmed the piping of the top for all of this, but it's okay, because it ended up getting really long, but I did pipe. Let's go see. Okay, day 3, and on to the cut. And see, I piped. I did that thing. Now, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to cut into that. That's why I was shaking that. But also, you see there? Yeah, I ran my glove around the other side. Like I said, I only need like 1 or 2 good bars. And then I'm going to send them to, Chillbo. Anyway, so the green of the door as well as the brown of the surround will darken up to where I want it to be after cure just because of the amount of vanillin in this scent, in the birthday cake scent, right? So that's super good. And the reason why I know it will darken up is because I'm looking at these bad boys and they are gorgeously dark. And so there's that. Also, high top soaps and cutting with a multi-cutter. Oh my God, what a pain in the ass this is. My cutter was not built for high top soaps, and these ones actually ended up being very high. But the design itself, minus the piping, is a lot like the White Claw soaps that I made over the summer, right? You remember that with like the mango in the middle? Oh, hey! That's cute. That is a step in the right direction. I love that. Little flowers growing on top of the hill, and there's the door. Come on. That's frickin' bag end. Look what I did. Look it. It's cool. So we're not actually done with all of this though, because in order to make this really drive this message home that it's, the bag end door, we have to put some lines. We got to carve some lines into the door so it looks, like a wooden door. You get it. And so, yeah, me, Mrs. Soap and Clay, spending a whole hell of a lot of time on one teeny tiny batch of soap. And my sudsers know me and know that that is not really what I do. I prefer, soaps that can be made in 20 minutes or less and all the extra floof. I don't do. So I only do for things that are very, very important to me. So that should tell you just how very, very important to me, this community is and Chillbo Baggins is and how amazing they are. And I guess also ultimately there's a twofer here, right? It's important to me for my own personal whatever because I'm obsessed with Lord of the Rings. And so there really is a twofer going on in all of that. And to the thing that you might be asking right now, how am I going to fix how that thing is not in the middle? I don't know. I don't know. These are not bars that are going to Chillbo, so it doesn't matter, and I'm not making any more of them. So it's fine. We got a couple really good ones that we can totally work with for the actual design and the carving of the whatevers. And, you know, if I ever decide to make more of these, I'll figure it out and not have a wandering door handle. So that's cool too. But yeah, I'm completely obsessed with Lord of the Rings as well as, you know, whatever. And so I guess it makes sense that I would spend this much time on this particular soap. It's kind of like me and the Taylor Swift soaps, right? And how much time I spent on those. And then the making of the Lover House and the making of all of the things. That was just such a huge labor of love because I really, really love Taylor Swift. And also I really, really love, you know, the community on Twitch and Chillbo Baggins and her community and, you know, as well as Lord of the Rings. So it's all come together. I ultimately also, by the by, decided with all of this as I'm playing around with how to carve the lines into the doors, that it's not actually, the soap is not actually solid enough yet. Still a very soft soap to really get some good clean lines. And so I am showing you this and the different tools that I was playing with, but ultimately I decided to leave these, and then a couple weeks later I went back and I cleaned up all of the lines so it looks better. I don't have a picture of it to put on the thing. I will, you know, say that I'll post a picture before I send it to Cheebs, which I will do so as soon as I get back from Colorado. Oh, also, she's in Colorado. She's a Colorado streamer, and she's into hiking and all the things. It's very interesting how, like, whatever. I understand so much about her. Like, I get it, because I am also a lot of it. So it's cool. But yeah, I did clean up all of these lines, and I will try to take a picture before I send them off to Cheebs. But you know me, I say I'm going to take pictures of things, and I don't post on socials. I need to start. Actually, my assistant needs to start. I need to just allow that to happen. But yeah, I think all in all, what a cool freaking bar of soap. It's bag end. And, you know, it's a weird thing to send to, you know, someone you appreciate and admire that is not part of the soaping community. Like, you guys send me soaps all the time, and I'm like, yes, ma'am, sirs, humans, thank you, because I freaking love soap. But, you know, I mean, I assume these people over on the Twitch use soap, and they, like, appreciate soap in some kind of way. But, you know, they're not us. I don't know that they'll really get this. So it's going to be very interesting to find out if they get it and appreciate it and do whatever. But if not, you know, I had fun making it regardless. And really, that's all that matters. But that's bag end. It's cool. It's a thing. And I am really glad that I was able to do this and finally think about, or make really, this thing that I've been thinking about for years a reality. And it's all because of, you know, this cool creator that I found on the Twitch that is just kind of magic. And I have a little fangirl moment with those lovely humans over there in that community. And so this is my contribution. It's really kind of only my contribution. I don't talk much in streams. I don't do a whole lot over there, except, you know, just give money and make soap, apparently. But that's cool. I like it. What do you guys think? Is that bag end? Did I nail it? I still have a week before I have to send it because I'm, you know, in Colorado right now. So if you think it's awful and a terrible idea, tell me now and I won't send it and embarrass myself. That said, I don't really ever embarrass myself. So that's a joke, you know, but it's bag end. I think it's gorgeous. and lovely and perfect and awesome. And these are big honkin' bars of soap. They're so hard to hold. These are big soaps. I don't know how you guys do all these giant soaps. This is huge. But it's there. And it's day 235. That is a soap for Cheebs. Chillbo Baggins. Bag End. Bilbo Baggins. You get it. Yeah. And there it is. Bag End. And yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. And I had such a blast making it. And I am happy that I finally got to. That after years and years of wanting to make this particular soap, I had a reason. And I am especially grateful for Chillbo and the beautiful community at Chillbo Baggins over on the Twitch things for, you know, existing and being cool. And in case you were wondering, in case I didn't say it in the video, I don't remember, I will be sending some of these bars to Chillbo to their P.O. box as soon as I'm back from Colorado, because they need a little bit more time to cure. So that will be happening for sure. And I'm very excited to, you know, see if, you know, Cheebs likes it. That's all. And I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys enjoy Bag End. I, again, as I said, enjoyed making it a whole lot. So there's that. Not available at soapandclay.com, actually, but for the rest of this batch, because it was just literally a one-off batch, for the rest of this batch, this will be some or one of the potential soaps that you could get if you got a mystery bar on the website. So keep that in mind, for sure. So you can check that out at soapandclay.com when the website's up. It's not yet, but, you know, it will be eventually. I will get the website up eventually. Back up. Again. Probably. I don't know. Anyway, special thank you to my sudsers for being you and for being awesome. One of the reasons why I love Chillbo Baggins' community so much is because it looks a whole hell of a lot like mine. And it makes me happy to know that there are a lot of really cool, comfy, cozy, safe spaces in the world for people to exist. And for my sudsers, for the sudser family, that's what you have created here. And that's why you're so magical. So thank you for being you. And thank you for joining me for another round of 365 days of soap. I'm out of here for today, but I will see you all again tomorrow for another round of soapy fun. Bye.